There's a plethora of misinformation regarding genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, in food products today. Arguments against the safety of GMO foods are specious and misleading. The GMO food industry is keenly aware of the public misconceptions about their products and fully cooperates with the FDA to ensure that GMO foods are safe for public consumption. Genetically modified organisms are as safe or safer than their non-GMO counterparts. Consumption of genetically modified organisms do not pose a threat to human health in the long term, and is very unlikely to pose a threat to human health at all. Codex has developed a set of principles for determining the risk of foods derived from modern biotechnology. Assessments of GMOs are made based on comparing GMO to their non-GMO counterparts, and taking into account both intended and unintended effects of the genetic modification, identifying new altered health hazards, and identifying changes relevant to human health and key nutrients. The FDA's biotechnology evaluation team evaluates each newly developed GMO for safety and compliance with the law. Evaluations are not considered complete until the team scientists are satisfied with the developer's safety assessment and have no further questions regarding policy or regulatory issues. Genetically modified foods currently available on the international market have passed safety assessments and are not likely to present risk to human health. In addition, no effects of human health have been shown as a result of the consumption of such foods by the general population in the countries where they've been approved. Continuous application of safety assessments based on Codex Alimentarius principle, and, where appropriate, adequate post-marketing should form the basis for ensuring the safety of GM foods. The FDA's safety policy for GM foods is robust and protects the public from any unintended, potentially harmful substances produced by the GMO process. Recombinant DNA techniques and cell fusion techniques enable developers to make genetic modification plants, including some modifications that would not be possible with traditional plant breeding methods. New methods of genetically modifying plants are being used to develop new varieties that will be sources of foods. This policy discusses the safety and regulatory status of foods derived from new plant varieties, including plants developed by newer generations of genetic modification. Additional oversight is provided by the FDA. The FDA has received numerous inquiries from industries, government agencies, academia, and the public requesting clarification of the regulatory status of foods such as fruits, vegetables, grains, and their byproducts, derived from new plant varieties developed using recombinant DNA techniques. Representatives of the food biotechnology industry have expressed the need to the FDA, the need for strong but adequate oversight by federal agencies to ensure public confidence in foods produced by the new techniques. There are numerous scientific organizations around the world that are actively researching issues related to crop biotechnology safety, including the World Health Organization and the American Medical Association. The key factors in reviewing safety concerns should be the characteristic of the food product, rather than the fact that the new methods are used. The method by which food is produced or developed may in some cases help to understand the safety or nutritional characteristics of the finished food. Unintended occurrences and unsafe levels of toxicants in foods are regulated. Substances that expect to become components of food as a result of genetic modification of a plant substance are subject to regulation as food additives. Under the Act, substances that are food additives may be used only in food, only in accordance with authorizing regulation. The substances expected to become components of food as a result of genetic modification of a plant will be the same or as substantially similar to substances commonly found in food. The FDA has determined that such substances should be subject to regulation in those cases when the objective characteristics of the substances raise questions of safety sufficient to warrant formal pre-marketing review and approval by the FDA. scientific considerations are included and are important in evaluating the safety and nutritional value of foods for consumption by humans or animals. Because scientific developments in the field are occurring rapidly, the FDA will refine its policy. This policy statement reflects the FDA's current judgment based on the new plant varieties now under development in agricultural research. FDA invites comments on this document. These following arguments have been made to undermine the credibility of the GMO food industry. One argument made commonly is that animals may become seriously ill or even died from GMO foods. However, the Trillion Meal study revealed that animals fed non-GMO stocks were no less healthy compared to animals fed GMO stocks. Claims of decreased animal health are produced by cherry-picking outliers of data, and this non-scientific approach is used to mislead the public. Another argument proposed is that hazardous genes from genetically engineered foods can actually become inserted into your own genes. And there is no scientific evidence to suggest that horizontal gene transfer can occur between humans and the foods they eat. The term hazardous genes is misleading, and the genes inserted into GMOs are specific to the food quality improvement sought. One commonly cited article in the refutation of GMOs is that an unexpected poison in a genetically engineered food supplement killed 37 persons. The poison was not discovered because careful search for unexpected harmful substances was not made. The FDA has specific regulations regarding the testing of proposed GMO foods that are determined to contain unexpected toxic substances. The food supplement industry is not required to be fully regulated by the FDA. The cited alarming data point may be a call for future FDA regulations on supplements. Another argument made is that unexpected dangerous substances may be present in the genetically engineered foods. This is because the procedure for assessing the safety of genetically engineered foods is not designed to detect them. Most of the soy and corn protein in the US is genetically engineered, and labeling is not required in the US. The safety assessment of genetically modified foods, however, is designed to detect dangerous substances that may be present in proposed GMO foods. Most corn and soybeans produced in the US are GMO and have been properly evaluated by the FDA. Labeling of GMOs was provided for the consuming public who have been made skeptic of the GMOs through misinformation, and farmers and ranchers are aware that food stocks are GMO and understand that the food is safe for their animal and doesn't require GMO labeling. Another argument made is that top researchers confirm that the results of genetic engineering are unpredictable, and this is why unexpected harmful substances may appear in genetically engineered foods. This is a misunderstanding of the process of genetic modification. Genes are introduced into foods with the intent of an outcome. The process may yield varieties of a genome that were unintended, but those are identified. The targeted genome that was correctly modified is selected and replicated during the process. Lastly, scientists are being harassed if they tell the truth about GMO hazards. Research on GMO hazards is being suppressed, and negative research reports have been destroyed. Scientists who say GMO foods are safe are not seldom lying out of fear and becoming unemployed and unable to get a new research job. The truth about GMO foods is available from the FDA. The stated argument is completely without basis. The scientific community has integrity and properly follows scientific principles to make determinations about GMO food safety. The GMO food industry has been working closely with the FDA to ensure the safety of GMOs and encourages robust oversight by the FDA to calm unfounded public fears. In conclusion, genetically modified organisms are safe or safer than non-GMO counterparts for human consumption. Misleading data and conspiracy theorists have been used to promote the fear of GMOs by the public. The FDA has a strict testing policy for all GMO foods that are made available to the consuming public. The content of approved GMO foods contain no harmful substances, and the use of GMO techniques improves the yield of food crops and helps eradicate the hunger of billions of people around the world. The primary interest of the GMO food industry is to correct public misinterpretations about the health of GMO foods. The industry has partnered with the FDA to ensure the safety of their product and the safety of the public, which delivers the highest quality food products with the characteristics that humans desire. So people, stay calm. Genetically modified food is safe.